Move ahead to item 14, Police Department Body Worn and In-Car Camera Program. We will have a presentation by Police Lieutenant Jim Runyon. Welcome, Lieutenant.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. So I'm going to go through a quick presentation here, and this is on our digital evidence at the police department and the body worn camera and in-car camera. So go to the next slide. So this is just a brief overview of kind of where we're at right now with the existing car camera program that we have. I've worked with the police department has worked with the information technology department on updating our current cameras. We're currently set to get new cameras with the existing stuff this year. The current vendor is Data 911, and we've had a lot of issues with these cameras that we've tried to work out with the vendors and have had not much success, particularly syncing the cameras so that when you turn on your body camera, your car camera will also turn on and vice versa. In addition to that, there's been a lot of man hours that have been spent in tagging these videos that are by the officers on a daily basis, in addition to issues with downloading that information technology has had to assist us with. Again, exhausting a lot of man hours that we have not been able to overcome with this vendor. The body cameras as well, they don't record in what we call a passive mode. In other words, when an officer turns his body camera on, what you're getting is what's happening right there. But there's other cameras out here, which I'm going to talk about, that once you turn that camera on, it captures the up to 2 minutes prior to that incident happening, which we see nationwide is a big issue because a lot of times things happen rapidly in police work. Officers are in the middle of a critical incident, turn their camera on, but we missed everything that led up to that. So after researching, we've determined that Axon, it's the leading vendor in the United States for police worn body cameras, that was the best one to meet our needs and overcome some of the issues that we're having. One of the things I'll briefly touch on here in a sec, but it's an idea of the technology that Axon has. They have a sensor that can go in your gun holster. Anytime an officer draws his firearm, body camera turns on automatically. Not only does it turn his or her body camera on, it's a Bluetooth signal that will activate any body camera within 30 feet of that officer. So it'll get every officer's body camera turned on that's in that area. So again, right now, as we sit, our cameras are out of warranty. They're set to be replaced. I mentioned the syncing issues of the body cameras and the dash cameras. Labeling is a huge issue for us. Auto labeling is something that the Axon cameras do. I'll touch on that in just a second. The passive issues, digital evidence sharing is a big issue and becoming a big issue. Right now we have to download videos. Someone has to sit there, click on a video, wait for it to download, put it onto either a DVD or a USB drive, and either hand deliver it or someone comes and gets it from us. We're just behind the times with this technology. So what we're proposing is going with the Axon with a 5-year contract. It would be a full warranty on the body cameras and dash cameras, as well as replacements for that equipment along the way that's included in the cost. One of the big things is, which I haven't touched on yet, is unlimited storage for the digital evidence. Currently, we have to spend money on servers, upgrade them, maintain them. Axon is an off-site, it's cloud-based, it's secure, and it's unlimited. So we don't have to worry about storage of these videos. We have DVDs piling up in our evidence room from videos that we're archiving because the server can't hold all these videos at a certain point. Addresses the passive recording that I spoke of, both for in-car cameras and body-worn cameras. Automatic activation triggers, I talked about the holsters. It also has that same activation on the light bar switch. So when an officer turns on the emergency lights, It's constantly sending out a Bluetooth signal, turning on any body camera within 30 feet of that police car. So again, officers arriving at critical incidents. It's making up for the human error that does happen with officers just not getting their stuff turned on in time. The evidence with this system, everything uploads, and we can, as quickly as clicking certain videos, make them available to the DA's office that they can retrieve on their end. We don't have to wait for it to download, and we can select which ones are available to them. So that speeds that process up significantly. In addition to that, one of the other big features is on the downloading portion of it. It's instantaneous versus right now we're constantly dealing with the system not downloading the videos in time, and so the officers are having to wait to tag their videos. I mentioned the auto labeling. Currently, right now, officers have to go into the system and label their videos. With this system, it auto tags videos to an incident, which takes up, again, a ton of time for officers right now, and it'll alleviate that issue. We've researched other agencies, and it actually is working. It's tagging the video to the incident, which makes things a lot smoother for officers and the DA's office. So again, body cameras, obviously, we believe they're important for transparency to the public and for officer safety reasons. This is a quick snapshot of what, on the left there is data 9/11, what we currently have versus Axon on the right, and I'll break this down. Right now, we have $192,000 in the technology replacement fund set to replace the existing equipment. Going down the next 4 fiscal years, we budget $54,000 for the maintenance and replacement of the equipment. Axon on the right is a 5-year contract where the first year it comes in at $131,000, $453,000. We currently have enough to cover that first year. Going into the second year, there's leftover money, if you will, from the technology replacement fund that would cover the $105,000 and $291 for year 2. So years 3 through 5 are where there's an increased cost, and that cost difference is down below there in red of $153,874. So the recommendation is to adopt a resolution awarding the purchase of new body-worn and in-car cameras to Axon Enterprise of Scottsdale in the amount of $552,618.57 for a 5-year contract, finding that it's in the best interest of the city. Are there any questions I could answer?
Fellow council? None? 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 None?
Sounds like a worthwhile investment to me.
Okay, I do have a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Any chance that $153,874.08 could be covered potentially by any grant funds?
I'll let him.
We couldn't guarantee that. There's always a possibility that might happen in the future. NCC, SIF, our insurance fund, sometimes they'll give us up to $3,000 a year to spend on cameras. But the we look for grants every year. We spend a lot of time, and I don't see the likelihood of that. And I would like to add this too, and I know I've said it a million times, but if you go to a football game or a baseball game, you look how many cameras they use and the liability associated with baseball as opposed to being a law enforcement officer. And we have one camera. You know, it's like trying to watch a baseball game through a straw. So we want to have the best straw that we can get out there, and Axon is top of the line.
Okay, do you have any public comment on this?
No public comment.
No public comment. All right. Turn it over for council action.
I move to approve.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion to approve. I'm assuming that's items A and B?
Yes.
Okay, items A and B. I have a motion to approve by Councilman Harris and a second by Councilwoman Espandola. Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Harris.
Yes.
Councilmember Espandola.
Yes.
Councilmember Kirchner.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Shaw.
Yes.
Mayor Boomgarden.
Yes, item 14 passes unanimously. Thank you, Lieutenant Runyon, for your presentation.